Butterfly's Path Towards Inlight, Chapter 1. Towards how and why. For those who know, I have given up the fruit of labor and discovered the seed. For those who do not know, I'll try to explain unconventional stuff conventionally. I am and always have been an unconventional guy. My passion has a tendency to be too much for some. And for others, this is the light they desire to know. This light is not me or my passion. My words, my art, my poetry, my interventions and theories of our experiences we all share, it's not me. It's what I see without my eyes. For those who coach, let's just say I saw potential in young players, some did not. And now I see all as young players, whereas I did not. What I will share with you is older than your mind may realize, older than any culture, religion, or civilization. This is shared within our families, our churches, and society as bits and pieces today. This is the truth, your ultimate true self journey to get to know who's behind the I, the journey to get to know the self. A Russian mystic and author, Helena Blavatsky, wrote Einstein's favorite book, Isis Unveiled. Miss Blavatsky said, future generations should study the ancients. 2 small drops of poetic knowledge from the ancients about the self can be known here from the Bhagavad Gita. The self is the worst enemy to the self. Only until the self is realized can the self be the best friend to the self. When one knows the self, spiritual scriptures will have as much significance as water in a reservoir of a town which is already flooded. The essence of these words will blossom in time, past comprehending to experiencing. My essence will show you evidence from the east to the west through the eyes of a Hawaiian. Hawaii physically is located in the middle of the east and the west and surrounded by water. It's so poetic. What I will show you is proof that we are all one, and Hawaii is what you have named Earth. There is knowledge on this planet to heal us here and now. If we care for this earth like a Hawaiian cares for the Aina, the land, she will heal us. We reap what we sow is as old as time. Check out my YouTube playlist, We Are All One, for more proof and evidence for you to ponder. The ancients is found in 2 places, inward and towards the east. This book is designed to clear up the fogginess of belief and knowing, highlight paths, plural, show evidence, poetry, references, YouTube links, and it's designed to be a journey of self-discovery. I hope to accomplish clearing up the fogginess of 2 things while we're having fun. Number 1, belief is not knowing. And number 2 is show evidence for the cure of mental health. I've identified a metaphor of a 1990s 3D pixel poster that I refer here and there. And this is to give a little poetry of a perspective shift, if you know what this 1990s 3D pixel poster is. If not, please check it out on YouTube. On my book, I have a quick link for you. This process is greater than joy. It's really discovering the source of joy. How this book is structured. This book is structured into 3 sections. These 3 sections are for water, air, and fire. In time, you will know these 3 elements as your doshas. Water. Water represents a need for more information before you jump in. This is for those who are academic. This is the book part with references and links. I hope this is like a scavenger hunt for the academia. Water is for those who are open to hear and understand, to see some sort of proof before they jump in. Air. Air represents those who desire to know other paths. This is an intimate path, my path. This is my personal view of references used in Butorfly. First is to sit with a guru named Sadhguru, then some other gurus, and eventually a Swami by the name of Swami T, if you desire to get enlightened. It's shorter, less detailed for academia, and more about the essence, poetry, art, and reflection. Air is for those who want to hold hands when we jump. Fire, for those who put their hands on the stove and others say it's hot. This is the ultimate how. Butorfly 369 program in my app. Learn while you are making changes in the now. This book's most powerful knowledge comes from the back of this book, which is actually a coloring book, The Ultimate How. This coloring book is a step-by-step process for you to discover. Before writing this book, I could say literally, I made a bookless book to enlightenment. What's better, it's all YouTube videos to watch or listen to while you're on the go, while you journal. DIY to enlightenment is possible only with knowledge and never belief. Fire is the experiential path for those who want to jump in. I designed it like a journey, a treasure map, learning how to navigate and discern in the now. In the app, it's named Butorfly 369. Hope it's fun and a place you can put your attention to get out of your head, literally. In the now, learn how. If I were to ask you who you are, your reply would be coming from your identity. And this is what you are consciously aware of within your cocoon or your subconscious. But who you are is greater than anything you might think, worry, or fear. Who you are is a journey of discovery, experiences, and learning. Right now, you are touching information to get you out of your cocoon. In our cocoon, most of us are concerned about why. Why should I read this? Why should I read this for the reader? The answer is why the author took time to write. Now, divide that by all of the writer's F's on his essays. Multiply that by some of his creativity and you get the idea. You can either read it or not. This why prevents you from knowing. That is a subconscious glitch we all have, our sabotage from knowing. With a little light and your choices over time, you can force a solution, and being stuck in why, force the how. Hopefully you thought, how does this guy know my why? Which will help you read on. Time and effort will give you the experience to gauge if you get what the writer is saying. What I will say will be hard to believe. Most of this stuff I share is something unconventional in a conventional way. You got to look at this a few times, then you'll get it. Then in time, you'll get it even more. This is about consciousness, and you need not believe. Consciousness is like a light which can illuminate more if you desire. Desire is a big thing, but it will distract us. You will find the simplicity that desire is a big part of your experience. What you desire consciously and what you desire subconsciously runs your life. This is your engine, the subconscious. This means you can't see it, but you feel something, a gut instinct, liking or not liking. The reason is due to our personal history stored within our subconscious. One thing you experience like me is the 3 letters that spell one letter. It's also the spell that costs you time. Stop if you want to guess. If you want to take a crack at this, you want to guess, I'd say you're water. If you want me to just read on, I'd say you're air. And if you know the answer already, I'd say you're fire. The answer is why. W-H-Y. 2 words, why and how. I'll bet a part of your mind is still wondering why I should keep wasting my time reading this. Look at this. This is our sabotage, our cocoon, our personality, our ego. I meant to trigger you, to gain your attention. Again, this is your sabotage. Who cares why? Is it true? How can this be? When in our cocoon, what's not familiar to us, we tend to not like. We like things we are familiar with. We don't like it when life doesn't happen the way we expected it. Then we wonder why. And then we lose attention and possibly put down the book. What's funny is if you knew me, this is like saying I could save the world, but it depends on my writing. People who knew me would tell you we're screwed. So I'm smart enough to acknowledge the irony that I write like a fifth grader talking about enlightenment stuff. But I am a fifth grader that is detailed. I created a program and I'm very transparent. And me using stuff is out of humble respect to show I know very little about this beautiful stuff. It is no disrespect. It is in full humility. I know I do not know. And at the best, I am only a fifth grader that has been applying himself for 5 years. Now, as this fifth grader, feel my fire. I am David. Butorfly is my pebble. And Goliath is commerce and conventional thinking. Please kokua and help share my pebble with love and aloha. Mahalo. Thank you. For now, let's use your imagination. You have a genie, which is your subconscious, and it will give you everything you wish or desire. Our problem is that we are wishing compulsively and should be wishing consciously for all. A quick fix for this why is to force a solution, the how. This shows you the tool of empowering choices, desire, and applying it for the all factor. This is a little of my poetry to show the contrast to what our minds may believe and potential. Awareness and consciousness is just like a light. You'll know by experience if you keep on this journey. Someone shines a little light and maybe foreshadowing of what's to come is merely a fraction of the potential that awaits. How can you experience this enlightenment? Now that is a powerful desire. Why? The shape, the sound, OMG. Can you see why is a shape of choice? A straight line that goes in two different directions? Choice and how to choose would seem wise. Without choice, we keep reacting. With choice, we respond. Why is this going on is to continue this action. Force how? How can I not react? Cultivate how can I know the self? To get out of the current why, take the angle to know how. Feel the current as a Hawaiian knows current. Soon, you'll be surfing the now. Check out Butorfly's Way of Water on my YouTube playlist. The above is a quick peek into my mind and what you may experience. But what I can show you here and now is why the writer took time, which is what does the writer know? I know I discovered the cure for mental health, and I know I sound crazy.